Welcome to the Faster, Easier, Better show. This podcast is short, fun, and jam-packed with good ideas that you can start using right away.
Welcome to another episode. I'm your co-host, Ellen, along with my co-host.
Efficiently. I know. You would have thought I'd use that every time, but
that would seem. I feel like you've had to have used that.
I want to go back to something we've covered before, and I think every year there's a few things we should revisit. I always reread How to Win Friends and Influence People. Hasn't helped me at all. I have no friends.
Okay,
but I reread it, and I think the 80-20 rule, which I have, you're right, in the past I've called it the 90-10 rule because I'm even taking it to a greater extreme, but it is known as, because this is where you come in, because you always have the definition by Webster of what it is.
The Pareto Principle.
See?
That 80% of our results, am I going to do that right? Yeah. 80% of our results come from 20% of our efforts. Or reversed, 20% of our efforts result in 80% of our success, which is just backwards. But it does apply, that we don't have to do 100%. We can focus, we can figure out what it is that is getting us the best results and really hone in on that, and we will have better results. I mean, if I know that 20% of my clients are responsible for 80% of my revenue, I'm going to focus on those 20 people like crazy. Why focus on all of them when now I know that 80% of my people don't contribute to my, make big contributions? And it's the same with whatever we're doing. If I'm working out to lose weight and get healthier, if I look at the 20% of the things that really work for me, and I can ignore or use even, do less of, let's say, jump roping. And there's probably wonderful things about jump roping. But if it's not working for me, okay, that I might throw in once every 10 workouts. But if I know that running sprints is getting me closer to my desired outcome, then I'm going to focus in on that.
So 2 things. Are you running sprints?
Gosh, no.
Okay. And the other thing is, the reason this is we are bringing it up is what you're talking about takes reflection. And when do we reflect the most? Hopefully it's at the end and beginning of a year where, all right, what worked last year? What didn't work? What do I need to do more of this year to be better? And that's why this is the perfect time to look at and find your 20% that brings you. And when we say results, it could just be the friends that I that I want to spend more time with because they make me feel good. The things that I do that really, when I'm doing them, I'm like, why can't I do this more? I love this. This is perfect for me. And then, monetarily, which things are really paying off for me? Which projects at work give me the most visibility where I can potentially get promoted? It really applies to just about everything. And you mentioned exercise. Which meal of the day is going to be my main focus, because I've learned you can't eat 3 giant meals a day. That's what we were told. Don't swim 20 minutes after you ate. I don't know about that, but I have found this multiple smaller meals better than 3 big meals. So anyway, my point is, look at everything and figure out what's the best of that.
Yeah, we don't have to do 100%. We've got 100% of stuff, but it's that 20% that we really need to focus on. And, I'm not going to focus on running sprints, but if that was something that was really working for me, then I'd have to do it. But I like the idea of figuring the 20% of things that you really love to do and doing those.
And reverse, the things that you have to do. For me, I think I've said this about 1,000 times over the years on this podcast, but I use a points-based system for my to-do list so that I'm giving more points to the things that are the 20%. And then if I do them, I get the points. If I don't, I have to subtract them from my total points. And at the end of the day, I need to make a certain number of points to give myself a reward. So it forces me to focus on the best of the best.
And I think that's perfect summation of what we're talking about. The best of the best.
Wow, thank you. That makes me feel really good.
You're welcome.
Of all the things you said, that was the 20% I really wanted to hear.
There we go. So look at where your 20% are, and be back with us again next week for another episode.